It's a beautiful day here at Cedar Lakes.
I'm in Death Valley.
Just win.
And sometimes when you live in a small town,
there are no strangers.
Off as an award-winning sports writer and stadium voice at Ripley High for 30 years.
So I'm the one-man director of the Ripley Convention and Visitors Bureau.
We're now joined by the legendary PA voice of the Vikings, Mike Rubin. Rube, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Brian. It's good to be here.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the campus of Ripley High School for tonight's game as the Warren Local Warriors take on your Ripley Vikings.
It's truly been a great ride with the Vikings this fall, and we'll hope that journey continues for a few more weeks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from Evans to Cottageville, from Kennet to New Era, Ripley High School is proud to present the pride of Jackson County, the Ripley Viking Band.
You always want to be the king where you live. No matter if you're at a basketball game, a baseball game, or what it is, you want to be the king where you live.
Thank you so much for joining us behind all the home games at Ripley High School. You're so much a part of the atmosphere there, and we appreciate you being with us tonight.
All right, fans, it's football time in Death Valley. Let's go!
Center on the campus of Ripley High School, the WVU Medicine Jackson General Hospital countdown to tip-off continues, and Jeff, a good crowd here tonight. I'm glad to see the Viking faithful out in droves to support their Vikings coming off of a loss.
Yeah, it's a great crowd here tonight. Good student section. Place is still filling up as people continue to come into the health center. A 7 o'clock tip-off, a little unusual, usually 7:30. Some people might be a little late tonight if they thought it was 7:30, but you're right, Brian. This team's 14-1. You know, they lost down to St. Albans the other night, 62-60. The faithful are going to be here, and it's a great sign here tonight.
Had you told me 3 months ago, the beginning of February, Vikings are going to be 14-1, I would have taken it without a doubt. It wouldn't even have been a moment in waiting to take that. So they're really proud of the way these kids have played.
Yes, and you got to remember they've beaten Winfield at Winfield. They beat Nitro here. We've won our section. We beat Scott down in Scott. Our sectional regional opponents, we're in the driver's seat. And that's what really matters as far as getting to the state tournament. Getting seated, getting to stay home and play your games on your home court with your home fans is just really, really big. So, they've taken care of business when they needed to. We still got a few games with those sectional opponents that we got to take care of business. But tonight, Calvary Baptist in the house, and a worthy, very worthy opponent for the Vikings.
Next week's a big week. Scott and Winfield. Scott on Tuesday here at the Health Center. Winfield on Friday. To me, Jeff, that feels like tonight almost feels like a must-win because if you split those games next week, you'd have to feel pretty good about the way things have gone, even though we've beaten both of them already this year. Chances of you sweeping both of those teams in the regular season are slim.
Yeah, and, I feel very confident that we can do that, especially on our home floor. those tough, hard-fought game in both Winfield and Scott earlier in the season, but the Vikings were able to hang in there and prevail. So I feel really good about our chances going into those and getting the season sweeps.
All right, buddy, we'll step out. We'll return. We'll have the starting lineups and tonight's opening tip, the Vikings and the Patriots from Calvary Baptist. More after this on C98, The Bull.
Matchup between the visiting Calvary Baptist Patriots and your Ripley Vikings. Tonight's contest is being played in accordance with the rules of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. These rules provide for fair competition among players in schools. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Each person is asked to take personal responsibility for keeping this contest at the highest level of good sportsmanship. Now, if you'll stand as you are able, as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of liberty and the home of the brave.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's starting lineups.
First from the visiting Calvary Baptist Patriots. Starting at guard, a senior, number 11, Mason Black. At forward, a senior, number 13, Stevie Hicks. At forward, a sophomore, number 20, Dallas Johnson. At center, a senior, number 31, Isaiah Bosley. And at guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 54, Matthew DeGroff. The Patriots are coached by Mason Ballard, assisted by Zach Bogan, Chris Johnson, and Ethan Starkey. Now let's welcome your Ripley Vikings. He wears number 23, a junior at guard, Cade Good. At guard, a junior, number 3, Dylan Casto. At forward, a junior, number 21, Brady Anderson. At senior, the point guard, number 11, Isaiah Casto. And the big man in the middle, at center, 6'11", number 1, Luke Johnson. The Vikings are coached by Derek Mullins, assisted by Jamison Hunt and Steve Hunt.
Tom Hunter, fantastic job at PA again here tonight, Jeff. And the big man in the middle, 9 points away from 1,000. So that's going to be a neat moment here tonight. He's also going to move into third all-time rebounding here this evening.
Yeah, what a career that young man's had, and how he has blossomed between his junior and senior years is incredible. Worked hard to get where he's at, and hopefully we'll celebrate his 1,000th point and a Viking victory here tonight.
Luke will jump it with Hicks, and the Vikings control the tip for the 16th consecutive time this year. Isaiah brings it across the timeline. They were looking for the lob, didn't get it to him. Defended well by Hicks. Back top circle, Dylan Casto off to Good. Now Johnson left of the circle, back to Dylan, right wing, down the block. They go to Brady. He's going to be double and triple team. Shot up and a foul. No answer on the block for that fella.
No, they've got Hicks matched up with Luke, and they've got the much smaller DeGroff underneath trying to handle Brady.
That foul on Bosley as well, Jeff, so that's a big foul. Bosley, as I mentioned, 76 threes through 20 games. And he's shooting nearly 50%, I believe, from three-point as Brady makes one of two, and the Vikings lead it 1-0. Hicks with it, guarded by Isaiah Casto. Hicks all the way to the basket, kicks it in the corner, shot on the way, good.
And that's
three-pointer from Dallas
what
Johnson.
They do, partner. Got feet in the paint and wide open three-point shot.
Be prepared to see a lot of that tonight. Dylan Casto, baseline drive, cut off back to Isaiah, now cross court to Good. Good left-hand drive off to Brady. Brady drives it, little baseline jumper, no good. Rebounded by Bosley. Here they come the other way, Black in the far corner. Good closeout from Good, off to Johnson. Now to DeGroff. Trying to get it to Bosley, guarded closely by Dylan Casto. And Dylan's going to come up with a steal in transition, lays it off for Isaiah, layup good.
Nice pass by Casto to Casto that time as Dylan delivers to Isaiah and he lays it in.
Tied at 3. Dylan playing the passing lanes very well here of late. There's a missed 3 in transition by Black. Rebounded by Isaiah, and here come the Vikings quickly. Cade Good throws it off of Mason Black, and the Vikings will keep it under their own basket.
Vikings trying to get out and run, and a pass just beyond the reach of Good.
Inbounds to Luke. Now 7 points away from 1,000. That's easy money for the Vikings, 5-3. The Twin Towers getting in the scoring column here early on as Mason Black into the front court. Off to DeGroff. DeGroff hands it off to Hicks. Hicks, elbow, leaned into probably was fouled, no call. He makes a tough contested jumper. Score tied at 5.
And I would really love to see us get Luke down there on the post with Hicks, and he's either going to have to, if he catches deep, let him lay it in or fouling.
Isaiah, a little slow play there down the paint, tries to go and take it to the bucket, can't finish. Bosley rebounds it, and that's a foul on the Vikings.
It's going to be on Brady Anderson as the Vikings unable to get really good looks thus far. Calvary has recovered on the defensive end very quickly.
Johnson off to Hicks. He'll take it straight to the basket, and he makes it up and in, and that's 2 fouls on Brady Anderson. He is going to be a problem tonight. We talked about that early in the pregame. Stevie Hicks, strong with the basketball, able to finish through a lot of contact that time.
Yeah, and the problem is we haven't stopped him off the bounce, Brian. He's been able to go wherever he wanted. You said it in pregame. He really handles the ball well, and he loves to drive it to the basket and either pitch it or shoot those little runners. That time he showed his strength and lays it right up and in.
Makes the free throw. He has 5. That's Calvary's 8, and they lead it 8-5. Early on here in the first quarter, 5:30 to go. Dylan Casto down the block to Luke. Spin move, people hanging on him. He finishes.
Yeah. And that's going to be
the big
on
man.
Hicks.
Wow.
Oh, they're going to call it on 54. I thought it was on 13 as he really bodied up to Luke, and so he's going to go out.
That could have been called on several players. Sutler checks in for DeGraw, and Luke to the line. Now 4 points away. He has 5 for the Vikings, 8 as he inches closer to 1,000 for his career.
Vikings drop back into the half-court man-to-man instead of the full-court pressure that they've shown early in this ball game.
Here's Johnson, cross-court to Black, left of the circle. Guarded by Good. Good takes it away from him. Defense by Cade Good, fantastic, and Black is going to be called for the personal foul. Cade Good showing off those quick hands.
He's deceptive, Brian, and he gets in really good position. What I really like is he keeps his head on the basketball. You're not going to usually get around him because he's going to know where that ball's at.
Isaiah into the paint, in the corner to Dylan Castro. 3 on the way, too strong. Isaiah rebounds it. Good rebound by the Viking point guard. Luke back to Hedrick. Hedrick looking for room, top circle to Good. He'll drive it, bumped by Black. Back to Johnson, 3 on the way. Off the mark, rebounded by Isaiah. He'll bring it back out. Isaiah, 2 offensive rebounds. Now Good, long 2. That one's short. Bosley rebounds it. Got 3 looks at it, Jeff. Couldn't convert.
Yeah, good opportunities there for the Vikings.
Hicks, a sweet hesitation move into the paint. Strong finish through 2 Vikings, 10-8. Patriots lead it.
And with Brady out, we only have 1 rim protector in Luke, and I don't know if he's going to take those chances.
Corner 3 from Dylan. He didn't miss this time. There's a drive and kick from Isaiah. Dylan Casto in the scoring column. Vikings back up by a point.
So here's where we got to get the stops. We buckled down in the second half against St. Albans and kept them from getting open looks. First half, not so good, but we need to play the second half defense that we played the other night in the first half here tonight.
There's Hicks. Off to Sutler. In the corner to Black, or right wing, excuse me. He dribbles down baseline. Now 2 Patriots down there on top of each other. They'll back it out. Sutler cross court to Johnson. Johnson to Black. He'll drive it baseline. And Isaiah. Fantastic play. Ahead they go to Luke. Spin move in transition. 2 players hanging on him, no call. Bosley comes out of there with it. Here's Johnson.
My goodness.
Isaiah knocks it away, and we got a Viking basketball after the MMA fight broke out on the sidelines. There was probably 3 fouls not called. A couple on Isaiah, 1 on Calvary.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be something on Luke underneath there. When he can't raise his arms to get the shot up, you got to call something.
Isaiah, strong move into the paint, step through, up and in. They call a travel. Tough call.
That's not a good call. He did not move his pivot foot, and he just stepped through like you're taught to do and put it up strong.
That was the offside official again, making that call. Long way from the action. So a tough call on Isaiah. 3:02 to go. Vikings lead it 11-10 here in the first quarter. Hicks gets a screen from Sutler. He'll drive it to the basket.
He walked.
Back to Sutler. Sutler back to Hicks. Baseline. Pull up. Good. Nope. Missed that one. Looked like it was in. Popped out. Out of there comes Hedrick. To Good. To Luke. Baseline. Kicking it back out to Cade. Cade back to Luke.
That's got to be a foul. He can't ride his knee up in it.
Now Hedrick has it left of the circle. He'll drive it into the paint. Good, strong take by the senior, Carson Hedrick. Vikings up by 3. Here comes Hicks into the front court. Checking into the game will be Virgil Myers next dead ball. Dylan Castro draped all over Bosley. Good defense by the junior. Nice back cut from Hicks. Lay up and in, and that could have been either a charge or a block, and nothing was called. Hicks gets the lay-in.
Minute 56 to go on a running clock here in the first period. Vikings lead 13-12.
Hedrick, right of the circle, off to Luke. In the corner to Dylan. He'll shoot a 3, in and out. Rebounded by Hicks. Got a good look, just couldn't get it to go. 1:40 to go. Hicks cut off by Dylan Casto. Tough take. Tough finish with some pretty good defense that time. You can see why Stevie Hicks can play, Jeff. He can score on anyone. He has 11 of Calvary's 14. They lead at 14-13. Go in the corner to Isaiah. Luke, little step back, too strong.
That's not the one we want. He's getting pounded on in there and just kind of backed off and settled for that one.
Dallas Johnson drives, floater, baseline, no good. Rebounded by Cade. Vikings back out of there with it. Isaiah, 1 minute remaining, first quarter. Isaiah into the paint, off to Dylan, turnover. Couldn't grasp it. Dylan will come out. Cade, Virgil Myers, will check in. 57 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Calvary looking to add to their 1 point lead. Mason Black with it across the timeline. Bosley off to Dallas Johnson. Floater, no good. Cade knocks it out of bounds. Jeff, they're not calling anything here tonight.
And I kind of feared that, you know. Two of these three mainly have been junior varsity officials. We've seen them all year long, and they're stepping up a little bit tonight, competition-wise, and the physicality and skill of these players is a little better.
Bosley gets a three off the inbound, 17-13. Hedrick's three won't go.
And the Vikings,
down by Sutler.
We're really settling on the offensive end, Brian. Haven't ran offense really a couple three sets. A little quick on the trigger.
Dallas Johnson three. That's off the mark. That one looked good. Luke
16
pulls down the rebound.
seconds.
Luke brings it across the timeline. Isaiah will hope for the final shot, 10 seconds. Gets a screen from Luke, goes to the basket. Beautiful move, left-hand finish from the senior. Vikings pull back to within two. Hicks fires one at the buzzer. The Vikings will trail 17-15 as we go to the second period of action. We'll return with more Viking basketball after this on C98, The Bull. A wrong. It's Isaiah Bosley. I believe I've been calling him Bosley, so apologies to Isaiah. Calvary will have it. Moving left to right. Across the timeline is Hicks surveying the scene. He'll get a screen from DeGroff. Back to Dallas Johnson. Now Black with it, excuse me. Backing up, looking for space. Good defense by Hedrick. Now Dallas Johnson looks at a three. In and out. Stevie Hicks tracks down the rebound. They'll get another look at it, and that's what you can't do. Vikings very lucky to escape that with Bosley with the basketball. Bosley, excuse me. Trying to right that wrong, and I did it again. Here's Luke Johnson. Back to Myers. Good has it. He'll get a screen from Luke. Roll to the basket. A lot of contact, no call. Bosley rebounds it. You just got to fight through it, Jeff, as Dylan Casto and Brady Anderson will check in. Next dead ball. Hicks has it. Off the screen from Bosley. Guarded by Isaiah. Now Black with it. Far corner three. That's off the mark. Good block out there by Hedrick as Luke tracks down the rebound. 17-15. Still, as we are a minute and a half into this second period. Good on the block to Luke. Keeps the ball high. Spins baseline. Shot up. They're going to say foul on the ground. And that's one on Stevie Hicks. Got to keep going at him. This team looks decidedly different, Jeff, without Stevie Hicks on the floor.
Vikings going big as Hedrick and Good come out of the lineup for the Vikings. As you said, Dylan Castone, Brady Anderson.
Here's the lob off the inbounds. What an athletic play by Isaiah to keep it alive. Rebound, put back by Luke. He's now 2 points away.
Tie ball game at 17 with 6:18 to go here in the second period.
998 career points for Luke Johnson. Here's the take to the bucket, and that's that guy again, Stevie Hicks. Finishing over the 7-footer.
Yeah, and he's going to go right 9 times out of 10. He'll jab step you and go that way. If you make him put it on the floor and go left, he doesn't look to score that way.
Here's Luke on the block, spins, shot up, no good, and he's going to the free throw line.
And that's 2 on Hicks, I believe. Oh, they're going to call it on 11.
That's 2 on Mason Black, and now Luke will go to the line with a chance to get his 1,000th point. He'll need to make both. Big man. Up and in, 1 point away. 999 career points. Let's make it. Nope. Wow. Too early called him. Sorry, Luke. Bosley. Excuse me, off to Black. Now Hicks into the front court. Spin move. What a move. And what a shot to get that shot in the air, Jeff. Good grief. What an athletic play by Stevie Hicks.
He's strong, Brian, and he is not bashful.
Nor should he be. Here's the lob. Got it! 1,001 points for the Viking big man, and what a way to get it, Jeff. What a way to get it for the big man. And he will be surrounded by his teammates. The 15th player in school history to score 1,000 points. And he got it in a pretty dramatic fashion, my friend. Pretty classy move by the Calvary coaching staff, coming out and giving him a round of applause. And now the Johnson family getting some photos of Luke. A great moment. Fantastic moment. He just flips the ball over to his older brother and says, forget this. Let's go play some basketball.
All right, 2019, Vikings take the lead on the alley-oop, a set play that was worked to perfection, perfect pass by Casto. And now the Vikings need to concentrate. That's taken care of. Let's take care of winning this basketball game. 2019, our score, 5:30 to go here in the second period of play.
So Stevie Hicks with the basketball. Feels like he has 1,000 points tonight already. He's been so good. Here's Mason Black off to Bosley, guarded by Virgil. Virgil really hounding him. Good defense by Virgil. Back to Hicks. Virgil has him frustrated. Isaiah all over Hicks now. Nice head and shoulders fake by DeGroff. Gets stopped on the baseline. Back to Black. Straight away 3, no good. Luke pulls down the rebound. He's now 3rd rebounding, Jeff, behind Luke Lehue and his brother Ty. So Luke setting all kinds of records here tonight. And we're going to have an offensive foul. I hope that's not on Brady.
I think it is. No, it's going to be on Virgil, 20.
So an offensive foul on Virgil. He'll come out. Cade back in the ballgame.
Opportunity that the Vikings, every possession is precious against this team. You've got to execute on the offensive end because, as I said earlier, they just try to outscore everybody.
And they have the ability to do that, Jeff, and we've been lucky they've missed a few open shots here in this second half, or they would have a couple possession lead on us. Good defense by Dylan Casto on Mason Black, and then Isaiah Casto denying the basketball to Stevie Hicks, deflects it out of bounds. It's good team defense right there.
And Coach Mullins wanting to know why our defender's going that way and the ball went the other, and how is it out on us?
Here's the inbound to Black. Ball deflected by Good. Black tracks it down. He'll shoot a contested three. Got it. That's why you can't leave them hanging around, Jeff. They're so capable of making contested shots. 22-20, they lead it. Isaiah into the front court. 4:02 to go here in the first half. Isaiah cross court now, looking for room. Off to Luke. Hicks gets away with a slap at it. Brady can't connect.
Got to make those. He's got the huge advantage in the post. Just got to take his time and lay it up strong.
He won't miss many of those. DeGroff, baseline drive, loses a handle into Dallas Hicks' hands for three. Got it. Just like that. They lead it by 5, 25-20. They're never out of it, Jeff, because they shoot it so well.
And when you go to help, you got to rotate to where the ball came from, because they're going to pitch it right that way.
It's good to Johnson. Cross court to Dylan Casto. Casto gets a screen. Now back to Good. Good looking to drive it. Cut off. Down on the block they go to Luke. Hook shot. No good. Isaiah, another offensive rebound. Back to Good. Corner three. Got it. Isaiah Casto not to be denied.
He is tremendous on the offensive glass.
He's so athletic, Jeff. What he can do sometimes doesn't make the stat column. And here's Hicks. Take to the basket. Through contact again, and he was fouled. No call. Back to a 4-point lead. Here's Good in the near corner. Back to Isaiah now. Cross court to Dylan Casto. Tries to drive baseline. Cut off by Bosley. He'll shoot a long two. Good. Back off Dylan Casto, and he'll make you pay as well. 2-point game. Calvary leads it. 2:22 to go, first half. Here's Johnson, right wing. Going back across top circle to Groff. Got away with the travel. Back to Johnson. Cross court to Black. Dylan defending him out near the volleyball line. Loses it off his foot. Luke pulls it away.
Here come the Vikings again.
Isaiah with a chance to tie it up. Good. Near corner three. Off the mark. Got fouled. No call. Brady rebounds it. Puts it back up. Can't connect. Pulls down the rebound, and a foul is called on the floor. There was about 3 fouls not called. And, Jeff, this is when you start having tempers flare. This is when things get out of control.
Called that on the floor. 16 foul on the Patriots, 3 on the Vikings.
Into Brady. Off to Luke. Spin move. Baseline. No good. Isaiah with another offensive rebound. Back to Luke. Dunk, and it rolls around and falls in. Isaiah Casto. How good has he been here in this first half? 27-27. 90 seconds remaining. Isaiah picks the pocket of Hicks. Left-hand lay-in. No good. First mistake he's made, and then gets his own rebound. Puts it back up and in.
Athletic, as you said. He looked back to see if someone was trailing, and then it cost him the initial layup. But he came right back and grabbed the board, put it in.
Isaiah's heard all about Stevie Hicks the last 24 hours. He showed up tonight. He's ready to show everybody what he's made of. And he has played a fantastic first half. Here's a baseline jumper from Johnson. No good. Rebounded by Brady. Turns it over. Bosley steals it away and lays it up and in.
And you got 2 other guards. You just don't have to look for Isaiah on that outlet all the time. Dylan can bring it up, and so can Cade.
42 seconds. Johnson in the corner to Casto. Dylan dribbles it back out. Down on the block, they go to Luke. High delivery. He's triple team. Ball stolen away. Here comes Mason Black with transition. Tie ball game. Dallas Johnson drives it into the paint. Scoop shot. No good. Rebounded by the big fella.
You still have time.
19 seconds. Vikings can hold for the final shot. Isaiah, 13 seconds into the paint. Really hard foul. Nothing malicious about it, Jeff. It was just a hard foul on Dallas Johnson.
No, he made a Euro step, and I think Johnson thought he was going to go to the left side. He cut across in front of him. He'd already left his feet and had nowhere to go but on top of Isaiah.
And that was an awkward fall. I'm glad no one was hurt. That could have been ugly as Isaiah misses the first free throw. So Hedrick will come in to get Brady off the floor in hopes of him not picking up the personal foul here in the last few seconds of the half. Isaiah's second one. Short. Mosley boards it.
And again, free throws.
Here comes Hicks into the front court quickly. Pull up, long two, in and out. Luke rebounds at 1 second. Three-quarter court swing, hits the roof. We go to the break, tied at 29. We'll return. Johnson Insurance Agency halftime report after this, right here on C98, The Bull. And the Calvary Baptist Patriots tied at 29, and about what we expected, Jeff. This is a really good Patriots team that can shoot the basketball. They're shooting 48% from the floor here in this first half, and really the only reason we're kind of hanging around in this game is rebounding. We have a +7 rebounding, and all of that being on the offensive glass, and most of it, Jeff, coming from Isaiah Casto, who has 6 offensive rebounds in the first half.
He's done a terrific job, especially on the offensive boards, of keeping the ball alive and getting us second and third shot opportunities, and that's why we're tied up here. We have not really done a good job of closing out on shooters here tonight. We have dodged a bullet 3 times. Brian, they have wide open looks that just didn't go down, but we knew it. We knew they had shooters. They'll run that 5 out. They'll let Hicks penetrate, and if he can't get all the way to the rim, he'll kick it, and they're ready. They're setting and ready to shoot. So we've done some good jobs at times, but we didn't capitalize on them or turn them over, don't always score, and, make a good defensive stop and come down and turn the ball over or force a shot. So a little bit better ball protection on the offensive side and get exactly what we want. Going to have Brady back, should be at full speed to start the second half. And with the 2 fouls, he didn't pick up the third. Got some good, decent minutes out of him there at the end of the second quarter. So nobody really in foul trouble for the Vikings. We should be at full force, full steam ahead as we start the third period of play.
Shooting the ball fairly well again here today. 40% from the floor. Free throw line, same old story. 3 of 7. 43%. That has to improve.
Yeah, we've had some games that it's made a difference. And if we can't consistently knock down our free throws, we've got some games coming up, as you said, with Scott and Winfield, and those will probably be tightly contested games, and free throw shooting could make the difference. I think more than anything, Brian, it's just a concentration thing. We get to the line, we kind of get a little lackadaisical, don't get ourselves set, and it causes us to not be able to convert. So,
also, Jeff, you have to find a way to get the right guys to the free throw line. Now, in a lot of cases, Luke's getting fouled. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. But you got Cade Good, who is a 75% free throw shooter. You got Dylan Castro, who is, I don't believe he's missed one so far this year, but he's shot a handful, 6 or 8 of them, I believe. Those are the guys in key moments you want to have the basketball, because those are the guys who want the free throw line.
Yeah, Brady can be, at times, a very good free throw shooter, and then at other times he shoots it really flat, especially if his legs get a little weary. So, he should have a bunch of free throw opportunities, along with Luke, as you said. But our guys we've got to get to the foul line are the guys that, consistently shoot the ball well. Isaiah usually, he is a little quick on the trigger sometimes. When he catches it, he does not put the ball on the floor at all. He just sets himself and shoots. But every now and then he'll get a little quick on that and not get himself set, and the ball goes a little bit left or right on him, and when it does, it just doesn't fall. So got to improve on that, and I think we've got to get the ball down into the post more consistently, and when we get it there, we got to make it, and we got to make the officials make a call, Brian. Coach Mullins at halftime was talking to the officials about the way they're putting 2 hands on the back of Luke and pushing him up the lane. We'll see if we can start getting that call a little bit.
You look at the way Isaiah's playing tonight. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder, Jeff, and I love it. I think that's the way he needs to play if we want to play in the Civic Center in March. He's angry from the events of Tuesday night, and he's showing it, and he is showing it in his performance.
He was one of the Vikings that dropped to the floor as the buzzer sounded at the end of the fourth period of play, and we were 2 points short of tying it, 3 points from winning it. He, you play back missed opportunities in the games, and sometimes they happen early in the game, sometimes they happen late. But the bottom line is he's a competitor. He hates to lose. And as you said, he came out here tonight and played extremely hard, especially on the boards for the Vikings.
Jeff will step out when we return on second half action. Here from the Health Center, we're tied at 29, the Vikings and the Patriots of Calvary Baptist. More after this. You've been listening to the Johnson Insurance Agency Halftime Report, C98. Ripley High School. We're about to begin second half action. Starters back out on the floor for both teams. Luke Johnson, Dylan Casto, Isaiah Casto, Brady Anderson, Kate Good for the Vikings, Mason Black, Stevie Hicks, Dallas Johnson, Isaiah Bosley, and Matthew DeGroff. And Jeff, it feels like the Vikings need to get off to a really good start and have a good 4 minutes of this third period. They need to put a little space between them and the Patriots. Give them a little breathing room. As Dylan Casto, a floater, that's no good. Isaiah rebounds it, puts it back up and in.
Good drive by Dylan to draw the defense. Couldn't get it to fall, but Isaiah once again with the putback.
He has 10 rebounds, 8 points, and 5 assists so far here in this ball game. So we may be on triple-double watch here tonight for Isaiah. Here's Hicks, cut off, out to Black, straightaway three, too strong. Tracked down by Anderson. Vikings dodge a bullet. And here comes Isaiah back to our right from our broadcast position here courtside at the Health Center. Jeff Waybright, Brian Johnson with you tonight. Dylan down the block to Brady, spin, left-hand finish, good.
And could have been another foul. Brady just showing his strength that time as the Vikings extend the lead out 33-29.
Largest lead in a while for the Vikings. Black into the front court. Guarded by Dylan Casto. Now Dallas Johnson off to Bosley. Bosley 8 points away from 1,000 in his career. Here's Johnson, shot no good, rebounded by Dylan Casto.
The Vikings once again
good.
Beating
Anderson,
him down the floor.
Layup good. Luke was there to slam it home. Otherwise, a 6-0 run here to start the third period. And this is exactly what the Vikings needed to do to begin this second half. 30-second timeout by the Calvary bench.
Yes, it sure was, Brian, and they're trying to stop the bleeding right now. They have missed a couple shots. The Vikings have come down on the offensive end and really ran the offense, executed it. I'm sure that the message at halftime was, guys, pound it in the paint. Dylan drove into the paint. Isaiah was there for the rebound. We went to Brady a couple times, and they have no answer for that. So, you know, we can't trade threes for twos, but I do like the way we came out and started this third period of play.
So the energy level up considerably here in the Health Center, as you would imagine, as the Vikings little 6-0 spurt here to begin the third period.
Calvary Baptist will be inbounding the basketball underneath the Viking basket. So they put the length of the floor to travel. Vikings dropping back into the half-court man-to-man.
So they've taken the basketball, kind of an interesting move by the Patriots, out of the hands of Stevie Hicks. And Mason Black now handling the basketball. And DeGroff had a look at the three. They're using some screens to free Hicks up. Nice little shot blocked by Luke, I believe. He got a good look at it, too. He didn't complain. Rebounded by the
Dylan
steal
Casto.
by Dylan. Another one.
His arms are longer than you think, and he can sneak in there and get that basketball if you lose it.
Nice little screen, and Brady gets a layup. I love this changeup. High-low they're going here, and it's an 8-0 run. They're just setting a screen, a high ball screen for Brady, and as soon as the cutter comes through, he's rolling to the basket, right or left side, and Calvary's yet to stop that here in the second half. Dallas Johnson, nice head and shoulder fake. Floater in the paint, no good. Luke rebounds it. Vikings a chance to make it a 10-point lead as Isaiah drives it off to Dylan, back to Luke, right of the circle, throws it cross court. Ball deflected and tracked down by the Vikings. Good defense by Mason Black. As Isaiah will get it near wing. Down to Dylan Casto in the corner, back to Isaiah. Down the block they go to Anderson. Shot up, good. And one.
That's
Brady Anderson has been a man here in the second half.
They got no answer. He's got a huge mismatch inside. He uses that big body to clear out space, and all he needs is a decent pass in there where he can get his mitts on it. He's taking it up strong and finishing.
And that's Bosley who picks up the foul. Brady connects 10 points now, all of them here in the second half. 8 of the 10 here in the second half. And an offensive foul called on Dallas Johnson. That's his third. Moving screen. Sutler will come in for Johnson. So the Vikings, 11-0 surge here to begin the third. Looking to add more to it. Isaiah across the timeline. Into the front court, drive, baseline to Casto. In and out, back in. That's a shooter's roll right there, my friend. He has 2 of those tonight with 8 points, 43-29, and Dylan's going to be called for the arm bar. His first foul of the night, team's first here in the second half.
Yep, had a little arm bar action there as Black got a step on him. Black used his arm bar, but Dylan gained a little advantage as he came across the lane. He'll pick up the foul.
Bosley, contested 3, no good. Rebounded by Sutler, and a travel.
And they're going to call a walk.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, very tough call. Loose ball.
Sutler had it, and he was wrestling on the ground with Isaiah. The Vikings got the benefit of that one. Isaiah into the front court again, top circle. He'll drive it, spin move, and a beauty. Right-hand finish. How good was that? Isaiah with 10. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists for Isaiah.
And Sutler cannot guard him. It's just not going to happen.
Hicks shot, no good. Luke clears it. 16-0 here in the third. Dylan steps into a 2, got it. He has 10. How pretty was that?
Nice stroke and a timeout. Calvary Baptist, as the Vikings have extended the lead, 47-29, 4:04 to go here in the third period of play. Pitching a shutout thus far in the second half, partner.
How about that for an answer through the first 4 minutes of the third period? We said you needed to have a good third period. They just decided to have an 18-0 first half of that third period.
Yeah, it's been tremendous. They've executed so well the game plan as far as looking inside in the post. Dylan's knocked down a couple from the perimeter. That will make them extend out a little bit on that help. Isaiah doing what Isaiah does as far as penetrating with the basketball and finishing or kicking. Luke making some great entry passes into Brady. He knows he has the mismatch down there in the low block. So all things are clicking here for the Vikings here in this third period, as you said, halfway through.
So the ball back in Stevie Hicks' hands. He has 15 here tonight. We have 4 Viking starters in double figures. Here's DeGroff, a nice little fake to break the seal, and he lays it up and in. A little fake ball handoff, and it's a 47-31 Viking lead. Here's Isaiah off to Hedrick into the ball game, and the ball deflected out of bounds. Stays with the Vikings.
And Calvary's going to continue to play hard. Major breakdown on the defensive end. It looked like the Vikings were going to switch, and nobody took the ball handler as DeGroff just took it in there and scored it on the Calvary end.
So good out, Hedrick in. Far corner, Hedrick has it off to Johnson. Fakes the top shoulder, ball deflected. That was a kick, no call. Into the hands of Isaiah. He'll drive it into the paint. Floater, too strong. Rebounded by Brady. He lays it up and in.
And did you see Brady? He kind of shielded off and then went directly to the basket to pick up the miss by Isaiah.
49-31 the score. Hicks with it. Dylan Casto picks him up on the switch. Back to Isaiah. Now Sutler, left wing. Got away with the travel, or carry rather. Now Hicks. Nice move into the paint, through traffic, flips it up there and scores it. Good grief. You can't stop that kid. He is a scoring machine for the Patriots. Hedrick drives, kicks it, far corner. Dylan Casto 3, too strong. Hicks rebounds it.
Looked good when it left his hand, just as you said, just a little too strong. We got to be careful not to let them eke their way back into this game by coming down and firing threes.
Like this. Luke Johnson in and out. Black high for the rebound. Quickly ahead to DeGroff. DeGroff right wing. Back to Black between the circles. 2:15 to go. Third period. 49-33. Black, wild shot, can't finish off to Hedrick. Hedrick passes ahead to Brady, lays it up and in.
And a good run out that time. Brady leaked out, and they were able to see him, so good job of throwing it forward.
Brady with 14 to Groff. Far corner three, high arcing, in and out. Dillon taps at the loop. Vikings with the basketball. Here comes Hedrick, strong drive to the basket, lays it up and in.
And Hedrick has done a good job of that. He slices through there and finishes strong for a little guy.
53 to 33, 24 to 4, third period. One of the better quarters of basketball we've seen this team play all year, and Hicks drives to the basket and then a great show of sportsmanship.
He's just a great player. I mean, I don't know of a team that we've played that has a better scorer than him, and I don't know a team that wouldn't love to have him in their roster.
No, he is fantastic. Here is Isaiah. What a beautiful finish as they go back and forth. And a whistle on the floor, and coach calls a timeout, full timeout. A couple new Vikings will come in with 1:03 remaining here in the third. 55-35, Vikings lead it. More after this on C98, the Bull. Game. Hedrick, Parker Boyd, Virgil Myers, Brady Anderson, Kate Good. Virgil, some fantastic defense, but he's going to get called for the reach.
They had the steal from Sutler and just couldn't corral it, and when Hicks got the ball back, probably not a bad foul there. He had a lane to drive, and Verge picks up the foul.
Got several fouls to give as well. That's only the second foul on the Vikings here in the second half. Only 2 team fouls on the Patriots as well. There's Black, the three right in the circle. Too strong. Brady clears the rebound.
And nothing but Vikings there. Good box out, good clear by Brady.
They've missed some shots tonight, Jeff, that I don't think normally they miss. This team's shooting almost 48% from the floor. Hedrick shot won't go. Bosley rebounds it, and a foul on Hedrick.
Hedrick knows he can beat Sutler off the dribble. Just didn't finish at that time and gets caught. A little frustration.
55-35. Black, hold for the final shot, 10 seconds. Guarded by Parker Boyd. Off to Hicks, guarded by Myers, 5 seconds. He'll drive it to the paint. And a push is going to be called from behind on Virgil, and that is a very tough call.
And they're going to give him the shots.
Wow.
Changes it.
So they're going to say it was on the floor, as you said. So they'll have to inbound it with 3.3 to go. Here's Bosley, and that ball deflected out of bounds by Cade Good.
Hicks inbounding it.
Watch the inbounder. Hicks nowhere to go with it. Awkward spot. Here's Black, shot from 3, fouled by Parker Boyd, and he's going to get 3 shots.
Cardinal rule, do not foul a jump shooter. Parker just a little.
Especially not in a late clock situation, and no response from Coach Derek Mullins. He just points at his forehead and says, think. We need you, buddy.
Getting in the game, he's excited. He's got a bunch of adrenaline rolling, and
that's why these experiences are so good for these guys to get in the ball game, because you never know when you're going to need them. And now Mason Black has missed 2 of the first 3 with 0.8 seconds to go here in the quarter. Virgil had snuck all the way to the far baseline. He makes the third. 19-point lead. Cade will not get the shot off.
Whoa.
Prior to the quarter expiring. And Jeff, the Vikings surge to a 26-7 third period and lead at 55-36 as we go to the fourth. We'll return more Viking basketball after this on C98 The Bull. Back to Ripley High School as the fourth quarter begins. And Jeff, pretty good third quarter performance, and you mentioned kind of similar to Tuesday.
Yeah, Vikings held St. Albans to 6 points down there the other night, and we've held Calvary to 7 points in the third quarter. So good job by the blue and white as they I don't know what Coach Mullen said at halftime, but he needs to say it pregame.
Yeah, he likes to be dramatic, let it play out, see how the first half goes, and then hopefully you don't dig yourself an 18-point hole as we did Tuesday. Different story here tonight. Hot shooting start for Calvary as Cade's three-pointer no good. Brady right there on the spot, the rebound and lay it back up and in. He has 16 here tonight.
Got to pick their poison. Everybody was boxing out the big man, and Brady slid in there and got another rebound and a putback.
57-36. Here's Dallas Johnson back in the ball game to Bosley. Bosley picks up his dribble. Back to Johnson. Far corner, dribble handoff to Hicks. He'll drive it baseline through 2 Vikings. Up and under, can't finish. Fantastic move, just couldn't get it to go, and Johnson boards it. Back to Good, top circle, down the block to Luke, push in the back, no call, fouled on the spin, and Bosley is going to be called for the personal. That'll be his third.
And Coach Mullins wants the 2 hands in the back push. I mean, I think everybody in the gymnasium saw that except for now he's asking about it.
Yeah, typically when you have 2 palms in the back of the offensive player and you extend your arms and it's clear to everyone, that's typically a foul, but not this evening. It has been called that most of the night, though, Jeff. I will say that. They've been consistent. That one rolls around and won't fall in, and Black rebound. The Viking free throw shooting woes continue.
Cade just about got that board.
What a strong take by Hicks. Can't finish.
And there's Isaiah once again with another rebound.
He's going to have a career night on the glass. Here's Virgil. 3, got it, Virgil.
Assist by Casto.
3 more. 3 more, and he's got a triple-double, Jeff. I hate to jinx him, but what a night he has had. 61-36. There's Black off to DeGroff. Back to Bosley. 3, no good. Cleared by Luke.
Bosley frustrated. He just pushed Virgil. There's another one if he finishes.
Beautiful, beautiful cut by Virgil. He lays it up and in. 2 assists away from a triple-double.
Isaiah Casto has played a tremendous all-around basketball game here tonight.
3 from Black, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. He'll shoot a 3. That's no good. Virgil clears it. Here comes Isaiah again with the basketball. The floor general. Off to Virgil. Back to Isaiah, down on the block to Luke. One power dribble and a offensive foul on Luke Johnson, his first.
Yeah, Luke, one of the things that probably he can work on is catching it and looking over that shoulder and seeing and spinning the other way and creating a little bit of space. He's got great footwork, and he can make that move. Might make it a little easier on him.
Here's a shot. Player just checked in the ball game. Jacob Vaughn cans the three. 63-39 off the bench, instant offense. Isaiah looking for a screen from Luke. Here's the lob. Defended well by Hicks that time. Up and under, can't connect. Hicks knocks it out of there.
Virgil picks his pocket. Watch out.
Coming the other way, and the ball lost by the Vikings.
Luke couldn't get turned around to go after that, but Virgil did a great job of hustling back and picking the pocket.
A little loose with the basketball here in the last couple of possessions for the Vikings. Hicks drives it. Nobody stopped the basketball, and he just laid it up and in. He has 21. Isaiah quickly into the front court. Right wing. Gets a screen from Luke. Rolls to the left elbow. Now backs it out. Dallas Johnson guarding him. Off to Luke Johnson. Top circle. Back to Virgil. Far corner. Down on the block to Anderson. Ball deflected away. Gets it up on the... Gets a shot up, rather, and a foul's called. Thought it might go in for a second.
Just too strong. Even when they knocked it out of his hands, he's just too strong.
Brady's free throw, no good. Free throw shooting still an issue. Luckily, the Vikings lead it by 22. Second one out as well. Strong
Hicks with the rebound.
We'll bring it into the front court. Shot on the way, no good. Luke boards it. Bosley. Now Isaiah with it, right wing. Crossover. Good defense by Dallas Johnson. Rolls to the paint, floats it up for Luke. Won't go. Hicks somehow didn't get called for the foul.
You know, this undercut business that these officials don't call, I mean, that's very dangerous. When he's that high in the air.
Derek Mullins praying and asking the official, could you please call that? Protect my big guy. Bosley's shot baseline, no good. Rebounded by Luke. Comes Isaiah into the front court, and a walk by Brady. Got away with it. Luke rebounds it. Fouled on the rebound.
2 shots upcoming for Luke. .32 is Vaughn with the foul.
Luke with 13 points. Timeout, Calvary Baptist. If it's a full or a 30. Looks like a full timeout, Jeff. We'll take one, too. 63-41. Vikings lead it. We'll step out. More after this on C98. The Bull. Vikings, all cylinders here tonight in the second half. Jeff, 34-12. They have outscored Calvary Baptist.
Yeah, the defense really tightened up. Didn't allow them to get a bunch of open looks or allow Hicks to drive uncontested to the rim consistently. And when they weren't scoring, we were. Good job of focusing on what we were doing on the offensive end and getting some nice open looks.
Black drives to the basket. Luke clears it.
Here
I think
comes
he's
Isaiah.
bothered a lot of shots tonight. Off the glass, stuck it hole. We've seen that a time or two. 9 assists for Isaiah Casto, 1 away from a triple-double. Here's Dallas Johnson, 3, no good. Luke, another rebound.
I thought Isaiah was going to lay it up.
Good play by Hicks as he steals it away, and he's going to take it up and lay it in. He has 23.
Here come the Vikings on the fly again.
66-43. Down the block to Johnson. Back to Isaiah. Back to Johnson. Turns, spins into the paint, and he's going to be fouled on the floor. And Dylan Casto will check back in the ball game. Played a fantastic game tonight in his first start of the season.
Luke
Johnson
Johnson will go out of the game.
What a night for Luke Johnson. Isaiah inbounding into Virgil, top circle. Cross court to Hedrick.
Like to see Isaiah get that other assist before this night is over.
He has Dallas Johnson guarding him. He'll drive it. Shot up, good. Wasn't there. They defended it well, and Isaiah just said, well, I'll get my 14th point of the night.
What a fake.
68-43.
He is just under control when he does that.
Deep 3 from Hicks. 26 for Stevie Hicks. Isaiah into the front court. Back to Hedrick. Off to Myers. Myers back to Isaiah between the circles, and they'll reset it. Isaiah to Dylan. Back to Isaiah. Right wing. Timeout. 30-second timeout with 2:11 remaining. Trying to get some of these younger Vikings, Garrett Rhodes, in the ball game and get him some good moments here. Maybe design a play for him. We'll see with 2:11 remaining in the ball game. And this game has been decided, Jeff. It was decided in the first 4 minutes of the third period.
Sure was. And Isaiah hung on to the basketball after that timeout. He doesn't want to come out of the game.
I wouldn't want
so
this game
he's just
to end
keeping
either.
it. So what a great job by the Vikings senior here tonight. Both seniors having huge ball games. Luke surpassing the 1,000-point mark. I don't know how many rebounds he had. A whole bunch.
16
that's for sure.
points, 16 rebounds tonight.
Not a
for the
bad
big
night.
man. Isaiah off to Dylan. Dylan, good defense by Hicks. Isaiah drives it back to Myers. 3 on the way.
Get in.
No good. Rebounded by Garrett Rhodes, and he lays it up and in.
Good job by Rhodes. That would have been the 10th assist if that thing would have failed for Verge.
70-46. Here's Hicks into the front court. Spin move. What a move and a finish off the off foot. Can't get it to go.
And look who's got the rebound.
Virgil clears it. Here comes Hedrick. Off to Isaiah. Back to Dylan for 3. Got it!
There it is. He got the assist.
10 assists for Casto. 13 points for Dylan Casto. Good take by Hicks. He's going to be fouled by Garrett Rhodes.
And that'll get Isaiah out of the ball game, I'm sure. But what a ball game he had. A triple-double for Isaiah Casto.
What a performance by the senior. You won't see a better game from a point guard than that, Jeff. Blackout, Randy Richards in.
And Dylan sealed it for him with that big 3.
Shot up for Hicks. Up and in. Been a good night.
He'll come out of the ball game, and that young man has played a well of a basketball game himself.
Fantastic player. He gave the Vikings all they could handle here tonight, Jeff. As Hedrick into the front court. Passes off to Casto. Connor lays it up and in. Good
He's
assist from
excited.
Hedrick. That's 2. He scored here against Riverside as well. I think he had 5 points. Bosley 3. He's 5 points away from 1,000.
And Coach Mullen saying, hey, you still got to get up and guard, guys.
75-52. Hedrick take to the basket. No good. Casto boards it, lays it up and in. He has 4 off the bench. 77-52. Ball loose, tapped away. Hedrick with the steal. Here comes Casto in transition. He's going to be fouled. He was thinking about dunking it. He can dunk it, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. He can dunk it, and I know he was thinking about it in that moment.
He's fun to watch. You never know what's going to happen, but you know something's going to happen when he gets out there on the floor.
Free throw. No good.
Still not loose enough from 15 feet. He's getting those putbacks. Let's see if he can knock this one down. Looks good.
That one's up and in. He has 5 points off the bench. 29 seconds. Clock ticking away. Jacob Vaughn in the corner. Sutler, 3. No good. Rebounded by Richards. We'll get another look at it. Bosley's 3. In and out. Rebounded by Casto, and the Vikings can dribble it out.
Dribble it out.
10 seconds countdown. 5 seconds. Vikings get back on the winning track here tonight. 78-52, they win it with a great second half performance by the Vikings. 15-1 they go to. We'll step out when we return. WVU Medicine, Jackson General postgame report after this. C98, the Bull. Welcome back to Ripley High School, the WVU Medicine Jackson General Hospital postgame report. Joined now by Derek Mullins, back over here with us in his rightful position after a victory. You're 15-1, and boy, what a third quarter by your Vikings.
Yeah, it was kind of the tale of two halves again. Kind of same thing happened at St. Albans. We really didn't, kind of flat-footed, came out first half, and second half we really challenged him to be more in the gaps and try to limit Hicks, especially when he was getting down inside driving. We need to meet him up higher, not let him get to come to us, and I thought we did a better job of that. And when we did get secured the rebound, we tried to get it out and go. And one adjustment we tried to do with our bigs in the second half was try to get them in front of the basket rather than the block, because they were trying to double, and they were doubling from our corners where they had guards, and it was 1 or 2 steps in double. And with the guys right in front of the basket, it was 4 or 5 steps. It was a lot further for them to go and double down, and that allowed Brady to have a little heyday, especially in that third quarter.
You you got the 1,000-point scorer thing out of the way, and Luke got off to a great start. You seemed a little relieved. Everyone seemed a little relieved to have that behind him, and you can just go play basketball tonight. And then the story, I think, Coach, is your point guard. He had a triple-double tonight. He was incredible. It was one of the best floor games I've seen a point guard play as long as I've been sitting here. He had 14 points, 10 assists, and 11 rebounds. 3 steals to go with it.
He was a stud. He was an absolute stud. He came into practice yesterday, and you could tell he was ticked off, and he had a lot of energy, more energy than I've ever seen him have. And he came out tonight, and he was so energetic. He was all over the place. I think he had 6, 7 offensive rebounds in the first half. I mean, he had the will to win tonight. He wanted to do every little thing possible. He knows it's dwindling down to where he only has so many more games, of course, at the Health Center, but in a Ripley uniform, and he wanted to come out on top, of course, and play as hard as he could. He knew he didn't do what he could have against St. Albans, and he's going to make sure these next 6 games that we have, it's going to be the best ones we have yet leading into postseason. I really wanted to challenge these guys, and I thought he stepped up to the occasion. We go as he goes. Whenever he's playing good and doing all those little things, offensive rebounds, getting on the floor, playing hard defense, we put him on the best guy. He told me yesterday that he wanted to be on Hicks. Hicks is a heck of a ball player, and I thought he did a pretty good job of him. Hicks just made a lot of tough shots, and he wanted to get challenged tonight, and it's going to be every night that we play. We're going to put him on our best baller from here on out because I think he's our guy.
Coach, you out-rebounded them 45 to 25. You were plus 20 on the glass tonight, and I know you harp on that a lot. You have to be proud of your team's performance on the glass.
Yeah, that was one of the things on the board. We had to dominate the boards, and I thought we did a really good job of that. We saw what their size was. They had that Bosley. He was 6'4", 6'5", but he plays outside, and everybody else is 6 foot. So I thought if we shot the ball and missed, we should keep shooting until we make the daggone thing. And I thought we did a really good job of that, crashing the board, especially Isaiah. Luke, of course, being his tall self, he can go get the board anytime he wants to, and I thought Brady really crashed well tonight. But I thought we played pretty well, especially in the second half. First half was a little hit or miss, but again, 26-point wins, a 26-point win. Proud of the guys.
26 points in the third period. Held Calvary Baptist to 7. Held St. Albans to 7 the other night in the third period. I don't know what you're saying at halftime, but keep saying it because it's working, Coach. You could see the energy, though. On the defensive end especially, they took a challenge. I don't know what the challenge was, but you could tell our kids were getting up in their grill. They were guarding Hicks. They weren't letting him get open looks. He's a phenomenal player. He is as advertised. But our kids, 26 points, and the defense is what started the offense.
Oh, yeah, that's what we tell our guys each and every day. I think we made a couple minor adjustments that paid off, especially in the second half defensively, and it worked to our advantage. I think part of it is just playing hard. It all comes down to effort on defense and being in the right spots. And I thought in the first half we didn't do a good job of being in the right spots, whether ball was 2 passes away, we were on the lane rather than the midline. We got to do a better job of that, and that's something I'll point out tomorrow in practice. But like you said, Hicks is a heck of a ball player. I think he's probably the best kid we've seen all year. He can do a little bit of everything. Super strong, very smart, has a high basketball IQ. You can see that. And he let us have it tonight. Like you said, I think he had 29 points. He's a heck of a ball player. So one of the better players, again, what we've seen all year. But, again, proud of our effort our guys came out with tonight.
Great to see the smiles on the faces of the Vikings tonight. Great to see the team play. Everybody just seemed very happy for everybody, no matter who scored, no matter who got the assist, no matter who got the stops. Great team effort here tonight.
Yeah, that's something we've really harped on is we got to do a better job of our team effort. And I think from what we did in the summer and the fall has led to how well we played this season. It all starts in the off season, and it translates to what you do in season. I think we've done a good job of that.
Big week next week, Coach. Before I let you go, you got the weekend off, but you got Winfield here Tuesday night at the Health Center, and then Friday night, Scott comes to town. It's a big week for you.
Yeah, 2 big regional games. Of course, Winfield's our sectional game, and that game could probably determine a 1 seed for us. And, of course, Scott's another big team. But, again, we don't try to look ahead. Winfield's going to have a lot of different things ready for us where we came down there and beat them at their own place. They'll be ready to go, and I'm sure we will be too, especially with our seniors leading us the way they did tonight. Start some practice tomorrow and having a good practice on Saturday, and then get back after it again next week.
Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy the weekend and get some rest.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Viking head coach Derek Mullins enjoying another Viking victory, the 15th of the season. They improved to 15 and won. And I think you said it, Jeff. It was just an all-around great team effort tonight, and one that really shows the makeup of this team coming off of a tough loss. They didn't allow St. Albans to beat them twice. They got off to a slow start, but boy, they put it in gear in the third quarter.
And Coach Mullins went with a different starting lineup here tonight, inserted Dylan Casto back into the starting lineup. You didn't see any pouting, you didn't see any boo-hooing. When Virgil came off the bench, he was ready to go, played a great game himself. Defensively, he was in their grill. Offensively, he knocked down some shots, made some good entry passes, and he just creates havoc out there. Everybody who participated in this ball game had the right attitude and was ready to go when they got out there on the floor. And you just can't say enough about that. That's great coaching. That's great team play. That's great attitudes by the young men. And that's what gets you back on the winning track. As you said, they didn't let St. Albans beat them twice.
So our next broadcast, Jeff, will be Saturday afternoon. You and Phil will be on the call as the Lady Vikings will host Wayne here at the Health Center, and that's going to be a big game for John Kennedy's crew.
Wayne is one of the best, if not the best, team in the state from top to bottom. They gave us fits down there. We get them at home. I think we'll make some adjustments. I think we'll be ready to go, and we'll accept the challenge, and we'll see what happens Saturday afternoon.
You and Phil enjoy that call. I'll be tuned in as I can. But we'll be back here Tuesday night for some more Viking boys basketball as they will host Winfield, as we mentioned a moment ago. That one will tip off at 7:30. The girls will tip off at 2:30. So the countdown to tip-off will begin around 2:10, I would imagine, on Saturday afternoon. So we wrap it up here from the Health Center. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Viking basketball all season long on C98 The Bull. Special thanks to Rick Shannon, our station manager, and Jennifer Redmond back at Viking Control for all of her hard work. Also, Sean Grandin, he helps with the coaches' interviews. Couldn't do it without him. Appreciate all of his hard work as well. Your final score from the Health Center tonight, the Vikings 78, the Calvary Baptist Patriots 52. For Jeff Waybright, I'm Brian Johnson. Have a great night. God bless.